everybody. Welcome to the Michael Finkley Show. I'm Michael Finkley. It is Monday, June the 8th, 2020. We're excited for a brand new week of newness, a brand new week of forgiveness, a brand new week of making the best of it. Not just the best of it, the most of it, all of it. Get anything that you need out of this week. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel at the Michael Finkley Experience channel, okay, and you will find weekly shows of the Michael Finkley Show there. We're excited because we reached 100 subscribers. Yay! Thank you so much for our loyal viewers and those persons that hit that subscribe button and that bell for notifications. Thank you so much. And I know more is to come. Our channel's growing and it's all because of you. Thank you so much. And so, I'm doing a lot of reflecting. If you didn't already know, today is my birthday. So give me one moment as I celebrate. 31. I am 31 years of age. And I'm excited to see 31 because I know a lot of people didn't see 31. I'm not that good. I'm not that perfect. For God to rain this blessing on me, but I'm grateful to see it. I look back even in my own family. On my father's side, I have an older brother and sister who passed away even before my brother was not even in his teens yet, and my sister passed away in her teens on her birthday, and so they were not able to see 31, and so I don't take this for granted. Even in my own journey, as I was reflecting from last year, how I had major surgery and almost died from that on last year. And so I was this close. I was so close and not seeing 31. So as I was thinking about it earlier, I began to tear up because I couldn't have been here. I wouldn't have been here, but only by the grace of God that I'm still here. And I'm learning as I get older that I don't want to take my birthdays for granted anymore. I want to acknowledge them. At one point, I didn't acknowledge my birthday. Other people did it for me, but I didn't. I just thought it was another day. I was grateful to see another year, but I'm excited. I'm very excited. And so, 31. Oh my gosh, 31. Wow. 31 years. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. 31 years. I'm so grateful. I'm not laid up in a hospital. I am not, I have all the activities of my limbs. I'm in my right mind. I can speak for myself. Things that we just don't take for granted. We take for granted every day. I'm thankful. I'm thankful. So celebrate with me. 31 years. We're celebrating all month long. So get ready for that. Okay. Get ready for that. 31 years. I'm excited for that. Thankful. Especially the times that we're in now. My brothers, my black brothers out there we're being targeted. Just for no reason at all. As we run through the park or run in our neighborhood or, just try to live our everyday life. We're being gunned down. And so this show is dedicated to you. This show is dedicated to all of those that were not able to go to college because of, the circumstances. They're being gunned down. This show is dedicated to you. I was watching something and I was watching one of the persons on the protest, and he was out in California. He just received his doctorate degree, and I forget what he was in, some type of therapy, and he went to UCLA, and he was saying that he's marching because he was 29 years old, just completed his doctorate, and the persons that passed away, some of them were not even of age. They would never be able to see what the world would have, what they would have made in the world, what the impact they would have made, or going to school or what have you. And so he was marching for them in that right. And I just thought, wow, that's awesome. That is great. So this is for you. This is for you, because I truly believe Black lives, they matter. They matter. They matter in so many aspects. True advocate for college readiness. And that's what we're going to talk about today. We have some awesome guests here with us, and they're going to talk about college admissions in their institutions and what it looks like for them now on this side of COVID-19. So, more to come. We'll be right back. Coming up, we talk with Bethany Perkins and Tim Whittum about college admissions. We'll be right back. On the next Michael Finkley, we're excited to bring you two shows this week. Friday, we have Bill Lehman here to talk about college and career readiness, and we're going to chat about his book as well. Monday, we have the scholarship ladies with us here, Melinda Milbauer and Valerie Gill. We're going to talk about money for college. Two shows you will not want to miss. Join us on the next Michael Finkley. Welcome back. So again, we're continuing on our month series of college readiness. Remember, the Finkley experience is what we started off as before the Michael Finkley show. Still a strong component of college readiness for first generation students. I wanted to bring this to the forefront this month on our platform here via YouTube. Very important concept, especially now within what the world is dealing with now. And so we have two persons with us. They are very important to my professional growth. They're at one point my supervisors. Bethany Perkins, who is now at Miami University in Ohio, who is the interim assistant vice president and director of admissions. And then also we have Tim Whittum, who is the assistant vice president of first year admissions at Southern New Hampshire University, where I worked and then also received 2 graduate degrees from. They're going to talk about college admissions as a whole now and how it's been affected through COVID-19, and just advice for you as well to assist those students, incoming freshmen, and those students that are still in high school. They're looking to prepare for college. So Bethany, Tim, thank you so much for being on today. We really appreciate you.
Today, we have 2 college admission professionals that are going to share their experience with you. And I tell you, this is information that you will need to know and want to know. And so we're going to start with Bethany. Bethany, just tell us about yourself. Where are you, and what do you do within the college admissions realm?
Yes, so Bethany Perkins, and I am interim AVP of Enrollment Management and the Director of Admission at Miami University. And I am located in beautiful Oxford, Ohio. It's a small town in Southwest Ohio. And Miami University has about 17,000 students. And I oversee undergraduate admission of our transfer, first year, and international students to our Oxford campus.
Awesome. Thank you. Tim?
Yeah, Tim Whittum, AVP of first year admission at Southern New Hampshire University. Southern New Hampshire University is very large. We have over 130,000 students.
If you didn't
But
know.
myself and my staff, we work solely with the traditional domestic first-year students interested in that campus-based experience. And the campus is located where I live in Manchester, New Hampshire, and is just right around 3,000 students. So a small, private school.
Gotcha. Awesome. Again, thank you all for being on today. So we're going to get right to it. Bethany, is this something that you don't major in, right? College admissions kind of finds you and you don't find it. So what made you want to get into this field?
That's a very good way of putting it. And I think it's a good thing to tell you what my major was. It explains a little bit about why admission found me. I was a psychology major because I wanted to help people. And I was a theater minor because I loved an audience. I loved to communicate. And I am still just as animated as I was back then. And I found myself loving being a tour guide. And from being a tour guide in our admission office to then taking on more and more responsibility, by my senior year, the admission team and I just thought, why would I go somewhere else after graduating? Why would I not just start here full time? So it was a very seamless transition. I ended my college career at Georgia Southern and immediately started my position as an admission counselor in my alma mater.
Wow.
And I have been wondering what I'll be when I grow up since. I just keep loving it. It not only finds you, but it has a way of keeping hold of you too.
This is true. This is true. Tim, what about you? What's that story, bro?
Ironically, the roots are similar, though the journey is very different. So I was also a psychology major, also had very little idea of what I wanted to do out of college, but I liked talking to people. And I went into sales upon graduation, and I enjoyed the work. I enjoyed working closely with people, but I didn't find it very fulfilling. And funny enough, my father is a 40-year enrollment management professional, is currently a vice president of a college in St. Charles, Missouri, and decided after a couple years of sales that maybe I'd give college admissions a shot. I wasn't a tour guide. I didn't take that path, but found myself in the industry and very, very quickly realized that it was a very good fit for me. And have been fortunate enough to be with an institution like SNHU for the bulk of my career, and have had a lot of really cool, unique, different opportunities. As Bethany and you both know, having been with SNHU for a period of time, it's a special place, but it's been very good to me, and I've taken. It's been a wild, fun ride.
Yeah, definitely. And what Tim said, we all have that connection in mind is SNHU. And I tell you, this is a special interview for me as well, because both of these persons, you supervise me in some type of capacity. And so I've learned so much from them in my professional experience, and I brought that along with in other endeavors that I've been along with the other institutions that I've been in as well. I tried to leave admissions, but it just kept finding me. It just kept finding me some type of way. And so I just want to thank you. Thank you for that and instilling that within me. Thank you so much. So Bethany, what type of effects have you seen just in general or at your institution when it came to COVID-19 and the effects of that within college admissions?
It affected everything. It affected our campus community, our incoming students. It affected our high school counseling friends. And this is one of those things that just is disastrous in so many ways. I won't even sugarcoat it. So we found that not only were our families impacted financially, a lot of income loss, job loss, but that's on top of illness and loss. And that compounded with, your senior year being disrupted
it's huge.
And losing so many of those things that I think a lot of us had come to take for granted. So it really impacted us on an emotional and mental level. I think all of us that we're going to still see the effects of for some time to come.
Yeah, definitely. What about you, Tim?
I'd echo much of that. I mean, in our worlds, we were preparing for large-scale spring events, wanting to bring as many students to campus as possible, wanting the largest events we could possibly host, and all of that changed in the scope of 3 to 4 days. And all of a sudden now everything we had planned had been canceled. Our worlds were fully remote, and we were scrambling to pivot to serve families and students. I can speak in terms of numbers a little bit. I mean, for SNHU, we were having a pretty strong year. Applications were up, acceptances were up, and then everything kind of screeched to a halt in mid-March, early April. And it, understandably so, as Bethany said. I mean, you think about the economy and the number of people filing unemployment, and so many Americans whose educational funds were drained and depleted in the span of what, a week? It's stunning and remarkable and unprecedented in some senses. And the past, I really think the past 4, 5, 6 weeks have been somewhat unprecedented in college admission. And you've seen this sort of dramatic attempt, I won't say necessarily successful in a lot of ways, but attempt to pivot to serve students and families in a different way, extending deadlines, expanding virtual opportunities, trying to find ways for students to still feel like they're making the right choice, but also realizing that plans have changed.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess that leads to my next question, Tim. As in recruitment efforts, what are some things that you've seen or even done within your office to accommodate those students and families?
So, I mean, first and foremost, it was that we got to build a more robust virtual experience. I mean, I think everyone has like a virtual tour, but it wasn't sufficient. And so it was compiling video assets and shooting stuff remotely as best we could, and trying to, instead of just having lengthy emails or, text documents, supplementing those with some type of video, some type of engagement activity. We were talking a lot about, and I think some of what I saw from other schools was student panels and faculty panels and opportunities for prospective students to actually ask those questions face to face, to feel like they were getting some semblance of what they would have gotten in an on-campus event. In terms of trends, the big one I can say is an increase in in-state students. A lot of students from New Hampshire telling us, I'm reconsidering this decision to go out of state, to go maybe down south or out west. And for at least this year, for at least this semester, I think I want to stay closer to home.
Oh, wow. Okay. Bethany, kind of seeing the same things?
Yes, seeing and doing the same things. I actually just presented to our campus community today, and recognized our campus partners because they helped us offer 155 virtual events since mid-March.
Wow.
And 3,500 students attended these events in that time. Over 50 of them were academic presentations and meetings with students. And that does not count how many virtual one-on-one appointments we scheduled with students. It does not count how we were relying so much on, I don't know if you've even seen pictures of Miami, but Robert Frost said it was the most beautiful campus that ever there was. And I agree with him. And we relied so much on that face-to-face campus experience. You're not just getting that sense of where you're going to be for the next 4 years, but you're meeting the people you're going to live life with. And to be successful, we had to find ways to connect our students with them. They'd seen and heard enough from admission at that point, and to see how a lot of academic partners, student services partners, financial aid, career development, I mean, it was all hands on deck to meet with these students and present opportunities in ways that we never had before, all while wondering if they were going to be able to make this decision without stepping foot on campus. And for us, less than 10% of our students have never visited campus. And this year, over 30% of our students joining us have never done an official visit on our campus.
Wow. Wow. Ooh, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah, yes. That's a lot. But thank you for that. More to come. We'll be right back.
I'm just not college material. I am tired of school. I'm just not sure what I want to do after graduation. Sound familiar? Welcome to the Prelo Educational Institute. Our focus is to help young people prepare for life after high school. It's never too early to start planting the seed for education, career, and life overall. The Prelo Educational Institute is made up of the following 2 products. The first product is the book titled I Ain't Going to College, A Guide for Life After High School. This is the first book of a series that introduces middle and high school students to a young man struggling to find his way and make the decision about whether attending college is the right choice for him or not. The book has questions inside, and a supplemental curriculum can also be purchased. The newest product from the Prelo Educational Institute is our online course titled Preparing for Life After High School. In this course, students will learn about decision-making, self-confidence, accountability, self-awareness, and many other topics that speak to social-emotional learning. Young people will read a story about a young man who never gave up no matter what the circumstances were. The course is interactive and has questions, quizzes, and video. Do not wait until your child or student is a senior in high school to start planning. Enroll today. To enroll and learn more, please visit www.speakerauthormarlowe.com. Antonio Mercarella, CEO.
Welcome back. We are chatting with Bethany from Miami University and Tim from Southern New Hampshire University, just on the state of college admissions as a whole at their institutions and how they're being affected by COVID-19. Bethany, when it comes down to the concept of this COVID, it's just stopped everything of its nature and its tracks. Online schooling, do you think that you will see more institutions offering more programs when it comes to online, or will you think we'll see more institutions that are online based because of this pandemic?
I'm going to be frank, no. And I think this because online education is not new.
Mm-hmm.
It's been around for years, and there are institutions out there like SNHU that are doing it right and doing it incredibly well and with resources that are unimaginable for a school trying to start now.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you'll see is a lot more online program offerings. So I know at Miami, we're building up some online programs. You'll see more degrees offered online, but I don't know that you'll see more online institutions. And if so, I doubt they'll be successful.
Gotcha. Tim?
No, I echo that. I feel, to that point, we look back to 2008, and Southern New Hampshire University was one of the schools that really invested heavily in online education. And as a result, it's allowed us to expand dramatically as a school. And a part of that reason was you had this workforce that needed to go back to school. And our president has already openly talked about that in the next year or so, you're going to see this workforce that needs to come back, and be it an associate's, a bachelor's, a credentials, a licensure, whatever it's going to be, they're going to need means to earn those, those credits quickly, efficiently, and at a low cost. And it's going to be those schools that are already in that space that are going to be best positioned to offer those opportunities.
Okay, neat. I guess that goes into the next realm of question, Tim. The cost of tuition. It is very expensive in going to school and wanting to get that associate, that bachelor's, that graduate degree. During this time of the pandemic, do you think that institutions should put a freeze on cost of attendance?
I don't want to speak for every school or what I think, is the appropriate measure. I can speak to Southern New Hampshire University and what we've decided and the reasoning behind it. And, if you're talking about a campus experience and you're paying tuition for that experience, that entails much more than just the academic component.
Right.
So in the event that schools are remote in the fall, how does that play out? I think does depend on the school, what their structure's like, how they're planning to offer courses, what supplemental activities and engagement opportunities they have stood up. For SNHU, we've already made the decision that all of our first-year students are going to be remote for the first year. And as a result, we've also lowered the cost of tuition to roughly $9,600 annually, which is effectively the same cost that a student would pay if they were enrolled with us online.
Gotcha.
Right? So we're making some pivots to try and improve the access, improve the affordability, but also realizing that campus experience is not going to look the same for this new first-year student as it would have last year, 2 years ago, and so on.
Gotcha. Wow. Bethany?
Yeah, very different at Miami. because we actually just announced today that we will be back on campus in the fall, and that our classes start on August 17th. So we are thrilled about that, while also planning for a semester that's going to look very different for our students. And I think that it's important to talk about things like freezing tuition or increasing scholarships in the scope of access, and not even just course delivery. Right now, a lot of people have lost their jobs and lost income, and this is not the time, I think, for institutions to say, no, we're going to keep scholarships the same, or we're going to keep our costs the same. I think that students are going to look for the colleges and universities that are trying to meet them where they are, that are willing to listen and help them on a case-by-case basis in some cases. So I think where I'm so impressed with what SNHU has done is just from a systemic standpoint, making it more affordable and more accessible for students. And what I've seen at Miami is, this is a large, top 100 institution that is still saying, no, we're going to take the time to answer the phones and to call you and to figure out what we need to do for your individual situation. And I think that regardless of whether we freeze our tuition or increase scholarships, we need to do something to help students. Or I don't know how students would be able to show up in the fall. Not very many of them, at least.
Yeah, I gotcha. Wow. Tim, final thoughts. So what kind of advice would you give an incoming freshman or those students that are still in high school, advice on the college process now, things to look forward to?
I think it's two different populations for sure. If I guess I'll stay for a moment with your current high school students. And now, granted, we are a non-selective test optional institution for our campus environment. I want to make that clear, right? I would encourage students, I think some of your standard pieces of advice hold true. Challenge yourself academically. Take the course, if you could take those honors, those AP courses, fantastic. Explore courses that you're in terms of like a subject matter or major that you might be interested in, whatever your high school offers. If you could take advantage of those offerings, wonderful. I would tell students, you've probably been remote, right, for at least a period of time. You may be remote for another period of time in the fall. Hopefully not, fingers crossed, but that may happen for some students. I think this is a good opportunity for students to start to understand how distance learning, how remote learning can work for them or not work for them. What are the type of supports they're going to need? Because to go back to Bethany's point earlier, you're seeing a lot of colleges and universities reach out and go like, what do we need to give you? How can we help you? We realize this is a transition. We realize this is a change. And if students have that understanding and they're able to bring that to the table next year, I think that's going to help them immensely get what they need in their first year of college to be successful.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Tim. Bethany.
Hey, so again, Tim and I are good at echoing each other. We tend to be.
That's why I love y'all.
But just to build on my agreement there, I think, and Tim and I were talking about this yesterday. What I would say to high school seniors and even high school juniors, you are most likely going to be very confused at the beginning of this fall. And you're going to see institutions being flexible with our deadlines, offering additional scholarships, working with you on meeting application requirements for some of our selective programs. You are going to see such flux. You're going to see institutions, over 100 of them since March, by the way, who have gone test optional, who were not test optional before. And you heard it here first, Miami is going to be as well. But these are our ways of doing whatever we can to help you. And I would say, expect to be confused, but know that it's coming from a place of, we're going to do whatever we can to help you and to work with you. So sit with that and look for the institutions that are willing to meet you where you are, and look for the institutions that that really understand that it's not business as usual right now, and we shouldn't treat you that way.
Yeah, definitely. Final words to live by. Thank you, Bethany. Thank you, Tim. Thank you so much for being on today. Thank you so much. I hope that someone out there is taking heed to what has been said. And I just thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michael.
Always a pleasure, Michael.
Good to see you.
The Finkley Experience is an educational consulting firm that specializes in first-generation education. We assist parents and their students with the college process. We train school administrators, and we also partner with colleges and universities to assist with their first-generation population. To learn more about our consulting firm and to purchase our book and workbook, please visit our website at thefinkleyexperience.com. Hello, welcome back. And so we're at the point where I'm going to give you a little bit of information from my point of view of college readiness. And so today we're going to talk about the social aspect. College is supposed to be, yes, for your educational well-being. You're there to get a degree, and you're there to get an awesome job once you graduate. But also the social aspect is very important. If you don't gel with the college in which you are attending, you might have some problems there. Okay, that's why they have sports. Okay, that's why colleges have sports. They have academic programs outside of like societies. They also have other clubs and organizations as well. There is Student Government Association. There are a lot of different things, fraternities, sororities, for you to get involved in. Okay, this produces a well-rounded individual. When I was in school, my freshman year, I was going to drop out. Literally, I was going to drop out because I didn't understand the whole concept of the social aspect. I didn't know. I was there, I went to class and, I was making awesome grades, but something was missing and I didn't know what it was. So I came to the realization that I was going to leave. So I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, come get me, please. And she was going to come get me too. But my stepdad came into play. He's like, don't get that boy. And I'm so glad that she did not come get me and pick me up and take me back home. And from that moment, I began to join organizations. I was initiated into an awesome fraternity, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I chartered so many different organizations while I was there, involved in so many organizations where I was there, representing the school in a light that really surprised me that I could do. And that's where I began to do public speaking and, all these different things. And it turned me into the individual I am today. So, learn the social aspect. Does this institution have a club that I can become a part of? Or can I start one? Does it have the sport or the interim sport that I can go into as well? Intramural sport that I can go into as well. Just think about those kind of things because, again, yes, college is supposed to assist you overall academically for your professional role in life, but also we need that social part so we can get that networking part going as well to assist with the professional endeavors. I hope this helps you. More to come. We'll be right back. On the next Michael Finkley, we're excited to bring you 2 shows this week. Friday, we have Bill Lehman here to talk about college and career readiness, and we're going to chat about his book as well. Monday, we have the scholarship ladies with us here, Melinda Milbauer and Valerie Gill. We're going to talk about money for college. 2 shows you will not want to miss. Join us on the next Michael Finkley. Hello, welcome back. Like I always say, when you're having fun, time just flies by. I tell you. Thank you so much to our guest today, Mr. Tim Whittum, and also Miss Bethany Perkins. Tim from SNHU, and also Bethany Perkins from Miami University. Thank you so much for your advice, your knowledge, your wisdom within college admissions. Thank you so much. On the next Michael Finkley, we will continue with our college readiness series. And again, this is a two-parter here. We'll have an episode this Friday with Bill Lehman. All right. And then also Monday, we'll be right back with Valerie Gill and Melinda Milbauer as they talk about scholarships. It's a show you do not want to miss. Don't miss any of them. All right. Again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Finkley Experience, and ring that bell for notifications. Thank you so much. We're going to get out of here now because we're going to celebrate our birthday. All right. Again, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a good one.